Welcome into the jungle at Brighton High School. Decided the KSL Sports Rewind Game of the Week. Dusty Litster alongside Dane Stewart. Ben, I feel like we're going back in time. Bingham versus Brighton. This is right in our sweet spot. I mean, Bingham, Brighton, we're right there.
We've had some great matchups in this rivalry. I don't know if we've ever seen it on the girls' basketball side, though, so this might be our debut of what's been a fantastic matchup in a lot of other sports for girls' basketball tonight.
Hey, I'm trying to remember if we did one or not. I know I've done a volleyball matchup.
Right.
Danny Barton versus Tori Glasker. Yeah, this is going to be an absolute blast. These two teams come in. Bingham comes in 4-2 on the year. Coach Skylar Beard, I think it's year 2, year 3 for Coach Beard over the Bingham Miners. And last year was a rebuilding year, but this year his team's out to a better start.
Well, and they've added a couple new players, and Addie Horsley and McKaylin Horsley, the pair transferred into Bingham, and it's been a great addition. They've paired for almost 20 points per game between that duo. And then Brianna Bodoni, who we saw in the top 50, an electric scorer. There's a lot of offense for Coach Beard and the Miners.
Almost certainly. We'll start with the Brighton Bengals, 5-1 coming into this matchup. As up top, Olivia Stevens. Stevens tried to send that ball in the corner, got tipped out of bounds off the hand of McKaylin Horsley.
Well, and for Brighton, this is a group that they don't have a lot of transfers in. They just got a lot of returners. A lot of girls that were underclassmen last year, Chin, Stevens, Nielsen, a sophomore, and a couple of freshmen. Well, now they're a year more mature. New head coach and Coach Kane Stokes, and it's been working out really well for that trio and their new coaches. They're off to a 5-1 start.
Roberts pulls for 3-2 on the shot clock, a little long shot clock violation, and the ball will go to Bingham. So a chance to see this Bingham Miner team. It always throws me off when you have a 2-time state championship head coach on the bench and she's not the head coach. And a former Rewind Coach of the Year.
Love Coach Beard. He's been great. But he was an assistant under Coach Mason. And every time I see Coach Mason, I'm like, oh, there's the head coach. And, they made the flip a couple years ago. And, yeah, it's still taking me a little bit of time.
Raylyn Richardson with the reverse layup, and it's 2-0 Bingham. That ball saved in play to Olivia Stevens. Stevens in the corner getting hounded. Throws it along the baseline. The ball slapped out. Now going to have an open three. Back rimmed. And that ball out of bounds off of Bingham. Will stay here with the Bengals.
You want to know something crazy here, Dusty?
I love something crazy.
In fact, we're going to call it a fun fact, mind you.
Ooh.
If you combine these two rosters, there are 4 seniors.
Wow.
And not even on the floor, on the rosters.
That is a fun fact.
These are 2 young programs we're seeing tonight.
And inside, there's a foul on the take there from Olivia Stevens. She is a sophomore, Dane talked about. These 2 young rosters. Week 4 of the basketball season.
That means we're almost a third of the way through. Isn't that crazy?
It is insane. Almost through the holiday break, too, as there was the rebound to Raylyn Richardson. Richardson quickly get that ball ahead, knocked out of bounds. Brianna Bodoni had the ball slapped out of her hands. It'll stay here with the Miners.
Good look inside there on that last possession for Brighton. Just unfortunately, they couldn't put that one in.
Mind you, that clock on your screen is unofficial. Sometimes I either forget to hit stop. Oh, it was a beautiful take and make for Addie Horsley.
Yeah, talked about the Horsleys coming over to Bingham, and Addie's been fantastic. Their second leading scorer on the year. Nice electric offensive play there on that possession.
And the ball slapped away inside. Will stay. A foul here is on Addie Horsley. That's team foul number 2. I tell you, Brighton did it right with the gym. The track's a little higher, but I love that the scoreboard's on the wall.
Yep.
Really easy to find. Corner Canyon hasn't quite decided that they're going to put the Jumbotron on top of their scoreboard that hangs above midcourt. As that 3 is good. And that was
Sophie.
Thank you, Sophie Nielsen.
Yeah, she's one of 4 different Bengals that are averaging double figures offensively on the year. And she finds her first triple.
And a bucket to Brianna Bodoni.
And that's a nice take. You recognize if that paint's open, no one's going to stop the basketball. Just go right to the rim.
Casperson with the steal, sends it out for 3. Rattles around and falls from McKaylin Horsley.
That's usually the kind of roll you get on a home run. Boy, that forearm getting up, maybe fortunate there wasn't a call there.
And out of bounds on that far sideline.
I was going to say they lose it anyway.
Yeah. So I did a lot of girls basketball games this weekend. I had 9
That's
girls
right.
basketball.
Yeah.
I got a chance to see the #1 junior in the country. Dane.
Not the county, in the country?
Country with the big C. I tell you, I've never witnessed, and there's a 3 on the angle, and it's good from McKaylin Horsley. The only reason I bring it up, and there's a steal on the inbound as Bingham just absolutely rolling Addie Horsley. Not even letting Dusty share a story.
Bingham, can we get a break? Dusty's got a story to tell here.
Aaliyah Chavez, unreal. Badoni with the steal. Junction J. Man, Dane, this was 4-3 just moments ago. 16-3. Now on the finally breaking the press and getting the easy 2 is Charlotte O'Neill.
This was not in the game plan for Brighton coming in, but you see that pressure of Bingham forcing a lot of turnovers early. You got a pair for Horsley, 2 threes for McKaylin Horsley, the 2s for Addie, and then a pair for Badoni. What a start for Bingham. We're just not even halfway through this first quarter.
Unreal, but because of Aaliyah Chavez, who is unreal, there were almost 20 Division I head coaches at those games on Friday. Then a drive and a foul, and that is going to put Addie Horsley. But for our girls from Utah, that was a great exposure. They had Louisville, North Carolina, UCLA, Iowa's head coach was there, Nebraska's head coach was there. You name it, they were. Texas Tech was there the whole weekend. You named them, they were there.
Was Idaho there?
Idaho was not there.
See, so if you
was there,
you can't, make a comment. If you can name them, they were there because
of the big. I mean, Caitlin Clark was in the building. Her coach was in the building. Just to the right
crazy.
Of me. Yeah. I did learn, and I'll share it off the camera. Sorry to tease everyone who's listening. I did learn Michaela Skinner's Final Four. I'll have to share that with you.
All right. Look forward to
really
it.
Good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She was sick, though. That was sad.
Well, I looked in the box scores. I didn't see her. I was like, oh, man, that's too bad.
She played in the first half against Monterey, and then she did not come back out. Well, she came out late in the fourth quarter, and then did not play on Saturday. As the J from the free throw line is good, and that's 4 points in the quarter there for Charlotte O'Neill.
Yeah, the 5'11" post. Nice job. She's got 4 early, but that's good confidence. Able to square up and hit that 15-footer.
That ball saved in. Off. It was a head-up play there by McKaylin Horsley, thrown off Olivia Stevens, and we'll stay with the Miners.
You know, and here's the thing: when you look at this Bingham squad, it's an impressive start tonight. You talk about Region 2 for girls basketball. You better bring your A game night in, night out. How about the start for Copper Hills this year?
Yes.
I mean, Harriman's always tough.
Who'd have thunk Region 2?
I've been telling it for years.
Brianna Badoni. I mean, we thought it was just west. We thought it was just west.
How about this? 3 different Miners with 6 points here in the early going.
I mean, this has been a clinic here, early start. And if Brighton can just kind of find a way to weather the storm as Casperson with the rebound on the missed 3, they can climb back into this with their offense. Send it out. Horsley again for 3. McKaylin Horsley.
Her third triple.
Man. So against Lone Peak, that Chavez girl had 5 threes in the first quarter and like a fall away. Unreal. And we're down. Lone Peak was up in that, and then in the first quarter, 22-20 or 24-22.
Wow.
Yeah. In
That's
the lane,
nice move.
fall away. 6 points now in the quarter for Charlotte O'Neill.
Boy, you kind of do that turnaround from that strong hand. That's a fantastic move by the junior there.
The new Jim Brighton. Taking me a minute to kind of get used to the look here. Is that ball out of bounds?
I'm not going to lie. It's hard for me to feel good about orange and blue.
Mm-hmm.
They did it right.
They did do
like
it right.
This is about this is well done.
Minimal blue with the orange in this one.
Well, and the navy helps a ton.
Yes.
Right? You get the darker blue,
royal,
that helps a lot. Yeah.
They tried doing that with the Broncos in Denver 26 years ago. Still gross, but it makes sense. I do like the Clemson paw.
The lighting on is fantastic too, right?
This is the same gym at Olympus and at Provo. Is a 3 on the way, a little long. That's out of bounds off of Brighton. We'll go back. And you saw Provo on Friday.
I did. Provo's got baseline bleachers on both ends, which, Brighton just has the
Olympus
one
does
end.
too.
Yeah, they do.
I think this is a little higher, though. I think there's more rows of seats.
It feels steeper. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It might be more rows.
There's something different. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, it is. It
the
is
ceiling
lifted.
to floor is a little closer. That way they can hear the prayers a little easier up top.
More shooting space.
Yeah.
Nice
Casperson
steal.
has that one ripped away by Olivia Stevens. Stevens comes back the other way, and it crawls off the rim, nearly an and one opportunity. That is his second personal foul being charged to
Horsley. Addie.
Thank you, Addie Horsley. He went 2. He didn't go 1. He said 2. That's why it threw me off.
Shooting 2.
Yeah, no, but he went 2. He didn't say
Oh, he
shooting
did?
2. Yeah.
Oh.
That's why the PA say, wait, what color? He meant to say she's shooting 2. 2's going to the line. Foul's on number 1. There you go.
There
See?
it is.
See, I'm not seeing things.
It's been a rough couple days for Dusty. Look, you don't call, 18 games and come out of that unscathed?
I thought I did.
You don't.
Free throw is good. But the thing is, I really enjoyed it. I mean, there were
great.
good games. Orem beat Duncanville. I don't know if Duncanville's going to come back. I mean, they are the featured part. I mean, Lehigh hosts that tournament, but the attraction is Duncanville. Jermaine O'Neal was there, though.
Wow.
His son played, Jermaine O'Neal Jr., Dynamic Prep. Dane, that was legit.
I'm sure.
Horsley on the drive, kiss it off the window. And in the first quarter for McKaylin Horsley.
I mean, I'm not keeping track of shots, but Bingham has to be shooting 70% from the floor in this first quarter.
And only because they missed the first couple of shots in their first possessions. Stevens lost that ball down the lane into the hands of Nielsen and out of bounds. Fans want to foul on the baseline, not going to get it.
Yeah, I thought there might have been contact there, but to your point, officials didn't see it. We're playing on here.
They quickly inbound that into Stevens, work it up top.
That's an inadvertent horn.
Yeah. Inside the lane, no, and knocked out of bounds, and we'll go back to Bingham.
You know, there was no announcement that there are not artificial noisemakers allowed in the building, but
We had that, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We had some issues this weekend, too. Had a half-court shot made. I think it was with Corner Canyon, just beyond half-court, but it was a buzzer going the whole time.
Yeah. Had the air horn on the free throw, I think, there as well.
Well, they ran the Valparaiso play, and somebody got it, threw it back, hit the shot, and the horn was going the entire time. The opposing coach was not pleased.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's like, our team gave up. And I was like, I don't think they really gave up. Inside of a minute left in the opening frame. And getting trapped there was Blanchard. Got along the baseline, kiss it off the window, won't go for Peyton Go.
It's really nice ball movement there from Bingham. Brighton really trying to play that perimeter. They got the ball to the right spot. Just one where, man, you'd love to see that shot drop if you're a Miner fan.
Corner 3, no. Tipped out. Tracked down by Brighton by Stevens. Going to get an extra possession.
Yeah, nice hustle there by the sophomore. The more you watch this young core of Brighton, the more you're going to be impressed. And that's a nice take there for Olivia.
We talked about, like, can you just weather the storm?
Yeah.
And they can find their way around in this game. There's plenty of time left. There'll be plenty of possessions. As Goff, I said go, Goff, Gough. Off the defense, send it back out. Blanchard can't get free. 2 seconds. One, Horsley. Ooh. Way the quarter went, I thought that was going down. At the end of one, Bingham leads Brighton 25-13. You're watching the KSL Sports Rewind Game of the Week on KSLSports.com. Start of the second quarter, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you as the Rewind Game of the Week brought to you by Heidemann & Associates. Go to utah.law. Find the office nearest you. Never a bad time getting the year started by making sure that your family's taken care of with Heidemann & Associates. Outside, Badoni gets free, pulls for 3. Brianna Badoni, you mentioned it, Dane, that Utah Top 50, Brianna Badoni was outstanding there.
Yeah, she was. And, I mean, how about that? Bingham's already created an onslaught of threes, but that time she's able to free up space just off the dribble. I think what we've learned early is Bingham is effective from beyond the arc. Got to defend deep. when you play the minors.
Stevens misses on the floater. Rebound taken by Raylan Richardson. Gonna leave it for Brianna Bedoni. Golly. Another three for Bingham.
That's the 5th three made by Bingham here already. And that's just a real pretty, just leave, right? Hey, just a little drop here, catch and shoot. And that barely moved the twine.
We're gonna find out how close 6'8" is inside. Another basket there for Charlotte O'Neill. But Lone Peak, I'm not gonna say down because they played they played DeSoto, Texas, and then Liberty, or probably not Liberty, Monterey, Texas, down at the Hoop Fest. I mean, Lone Peak is still very, very good, but you see something like this out of Bingham. We know how good Skyridge is. 6'8" might be coming up to Lone Peak a little bit. I
think last year Lone Peak was almost untouchable. I mean, they were down in the third quarter in the state championship. It was like everyone called the press, right? I don't think they're at that level this year, right. But I think they are still probably the most talented team. Mm-hmm. But yeah, to your point, I think their skill set, there's depth in 6A where they can be tested a little bit more than they have been in recent years.
Into Brianna Bedoni. That shot doesn't go. I mean, I think we're finding out that Kaylee Woolston was much better than some people thought she was based on what she's doing in college. As Bedoni with the rebound sends that ball ahead.
Well, I think it's just, finding depth scoring, right? Last year they had 3-4 girls that could go for 20 any given night. Right now it feels like it's 2, maybe 3. Yeah. I think they're still just figuring out the offense there a little bit. It'll come around. Right,
it certainly will, as a 3 is good by Brielle Blanchard.
You know who's figured out their offense?
Bingham. Drive and kick, man.
My goodness.
Jeez, Friday. 19-point lead, 34-15, pardon me.
It's a 9-2 run to start the third quarter.
Got that ball inside and one. There we go for Brighton. And the bucket there for Cosette Arnoldson. And the pass from Charlotte O'Neill.
Number 20, Stacia Peoples.
Stacia Peoples with the foul.
First team foul. For the bonus.
Checking in is Emmeline Robertson.
Cosette Arnoldson.
So Cosette steps up to the line. Almost to the line. And don't you fret, dear Cosette. She doesn't need to step up to the line. You know the musical?
Yeah, Les Mis.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
It's a family favorite.
I wasn't born yesterday.
Vince wouldn't have got it. He's not as cultured.
I use One Day More all the time. Usually it's a sign of spirit. Oh, one day more, man. One day more. This week I've been saying that since Monday.
Yeah.
So
I think it was one game more. So let's do this. Drop that into the corner. Bedoni short on the 3. Good contest out there. On the drive and the foul, Sophia Nielsen going to draw the foul. Foul, they said 13. That's on Blanchard.
Seen a lot of zone in this first half. Bingham's been able to shoot their way over the top of it. Brighton, meanwhile, haven't been able to see a lot of effective penetration in that zone, either by ball movement or off the dribble. See if they can work this in a little bit here. You see how quick those guards are able to move over. That's a nice step around.
And nice job getting down the lane is Sophie Nielsen.
If you can get that center to move that quickly off of that drive and cut back across, it's a good look there for Sophie.
And there's a foul going to be called on Nielsen. It'll be the first team foul on the Bengals in the second quarter. Number 2 on Nielsen. And it's Lena Casperson coming back on for Blanchard. So Brianna Bedoni holding the ball up top. Near side with Stacia Peoples. Bedoni gets loose for 3, can't get it. Rebound loose and out of bounds, and then we'll go to Brighton. Fun to be at the new Brighton High School. I'm glad they kept the hallway of champions. Just a little updated.
Yeah, it's a nice hallway, isn't it? Beautiful.
It is. Well, it's cool to see all the All-American jerseys covered all but one of them.
That's crazy.
Unless I'm missing one. I mean, Reno Mahe was the only football jersey I saw that it was not a Dustin Dane covered guy.
I mean, in fairness, we've been doing this almost as long as Brighton has existed. So
I don't want to say the bad thing. Yeah, I won't say the bad thing. So there's only one bad thing. But there's no reason, because it's so nice to be here. Drop that along the baseline. O'Neal crawls off of the rebound. Taken by Lena Casperson.
did a great job with the rebuild here. It's certainly different, but man, A+.
Spoken Wheel's gone. That makes me a little sad, but yeah, it's cool. It's a cool looking building. Send that ball along the baseline. But then again, tell me a Canyon school that does not look good these days.
Hillcrest looks fantastic.
Yeah.
That rebuild has been A+. Alta's got a, I don't know, $500 billion amphitheater now, so that's fantastic. Good for the Hawks.
Performing arts. Get it right. Time out on the floor. We'll be right back. Left in the half. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. It's been a blitz.
Bingham on a bit of a scoring drought. Haven't scored here for a couple of minutes. And Brighton hasn't been able to take advantage of that yet. See if they can put together a little bit of a run here as the Miners have cooled off from long range.
Workman on the baseline, drives at Bedoni, float it, no. Rebound in the hands of Nielsen. She sends out to Stevens. Three's a little long, the rebound to Bedoni.
Yeah, that's one you'd love to make.
Brianna tried to thread the needle there.
It's a great job crashing the glass, and I love the kick out to an open shooter. That's one that, again, if you're Olivia, she'd love another look at that one for sure. One she can hit and has hit this season.
Again, still plenty of time in this game. So they're updating the board. I'm going to match what's inside the arena, 34-20. And that ball saved back in, but into the hands of Bingham.
That's a great job by Casperson defensively. Was ready for that roll. Tracked it very well, able to get a hand on it, disrupt the flow of what Brighton was trying to do.
Addie Horsley fouled on the drive. They can call on the shot. Called on the floor. She was not in her habitual shooting motion. Hey, by the way, how about our pens? There you go.
Right?
Hockey is awesome.
Welcome to the fold, man. All it took was Pat McAfee, and Dusty's all in.
Got a full hour on it today. Hockey is awesome.
Let's do that hockey.
Inside, a series of moves. Richardson doesn't get it. Rebound, still loose. Oh man, right in the hands of Casperson, and Casperson going to draw the foul. Little backhand attempt at a block there.
Been super impressed with Charlotte O'Neal tonight. Offensively, she's led the way for the Bengals, but even there, trying to bat that around to get the clears, that close to having it. She's been aggressive inside tonight.
I was going to ask Vince what Freddie Freeman did today. Did he do something? Oh, I just got a text message. Just gonna ask.
Maybe he held a warming party for Shohei Ohtani. Did you know Ohtani signed with the Dodgers?
I'm not talking about it.
I didn't ask if you were talking about it. I asked if you knew.
I'm not talking about it.
Okay.
Jeff Hansen texted me on Saturday, let me know if you need to talk about it. And I didn't know at the time, and I thought maybe he signed with the Braves, which I will tell you, if he signed with the Braves, I would be nearly as irritated as I am with what just happened. But I still can't bring myself to get rid of my Ohtani cup that's on my desk in my office.
I did warn you weeks ago it was going to happen.
Well, I knew it was going to happen, but I thought...
It's okay. Denial's just a stage of grief. It's all right.
Anywhere but the Dodgers. Even if it was the bloody Mariners.
I can't believe he didn't talk to the Pirates. I mean, come on. Come on. You want to make an impact?
Well, at least I'll be forever etched on his heart, as he said.
That's got to make you feel good.
Oh, I have warm and fuzzies all over the place. 15-point lead. Horsley fires out along the baseline.
You ready for something crazy?
I love crazy things.
Bingham has not scored a 2-point field goal in this quarter.
In this quarter?
In this quarter. They did in the first quarter, not in this quarter. 3 threes and a free throw.
Bedoni come off the screen, drop it into Casperson. Casperson blocked away. Good defense. And
Charlotte O'Neal.
O'Neal says if she has anything to say about it, I'm guessing her dad's a Laker fan.
Wearing 34, right? Yeah.
1 second, put it up at the horn. No, Mr. Official was.
While we have 2 seconds, have you seen Orem's jerseys this year, the boys? They got the Tigers Laker look to it. The yellows.
I haven't seen the yellows.
Oh.
I saw the UCLA ones on Saturday.
They've got a yellow one. It's Tigers, and it's in the Lakers font with like the rolling S. And
I like Jace Tavita. That's gross. Former Bengal Jace Tavita. That's gross. I'll tell him that straight up.
It doesn't look.
That's a Tika Wesley too.
I like it. I mean, I'm not a Lakers guy. I thought it looked really good. It was creative. It was original.
Okay.
You don't see that look in Utah often.
For a reason. There's a free throw, good.
Boy, first point tonight for Taylor Workman. The junior averages 12 a game. Not being able to find her touch. Obviously, Bingham's had great defense. If Brighton wants to get back, they've got to find a way to get Taylor scoring the ball again.
So 13-point game. We talked about it at the beginning. When that onslaught came, there's plenty of game to etch your way back in. Can they close out the last minute and a half to try to shrink down this game? Looking inside to Casperson, ended up sending it back up top to Addie Horsley. Addie in the lane, send it back out. Badoni way outside, yes. 13-point game now, 16.
15 for Badoni in the first half.
All from the outside?
No. She had 6 that were all 2-point field goals in the first quarter.
The lob was off the mark, rebound, or probably the steal there to Raylan Richardson. Raylan give that one up to Horsley. Addie has it slapped away by O'Neal. Casperson got it back. And it leaves Addie Horsley open for 3. A little long, and rebound to O'Neal. Yeah, he came off a little sharp there. .30 seconds to go in the half. About a 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Inside, stuck along the baseline there for Cosette Arnoldson, and Cosette stepped out of bounds.
You talk about that zone. Casperson plays that baseline so well. There's absolutely nowhere to go. No help coming to the corner. Not a lot of options there, and Brighton turning it over. The zone's been effective for Bingham today.
Been very effective. Keep everything on the outside. Hey, want to know a great thing about the shot clock? They put
Tell
a
me.
clock right above the backboard. We don't have to do one of these. Look
Yeah,
back
it's
and
nice,
forth.
huh?
5 seconds. 4. Oh, no. The set goes off as Horsley hits the deck. Going to put 2.1 on the clock. It'll be Brighton basketball. They're not pressuring Stevens on the inbound. Stevens, 1, 2, put it up. No.
How about the D by Horsley? Heady play there.
Came out and got her. Bingham lit it up from the outside, and they have a 16-point lead as we go to the break. Bingham Miners 38, Brighton Bengals 22. You're watching a KSL Sports Rewind Game of the Week on KSLSports.com. And welcome back in. AC/DC blaring. Why not?
Brings me back to my high school days, Dusty. Never in a gym, but hey.
You know how many times I got yelled at in the weight room for playing that song? And now we're just playing it in an open gym.
Oh, it's one of the good ones, though, isn't it?
Oh, that whole album, Back in Black.
AC/DC Live.
Oh, that's
best
a good one.
album for your money.
Yeah, by far. So foul on the opening possession could put O'Neal at the line. So Charlotte O'Neal, leading scorer in the first half. First half for the Bengals.
Yeah, 8 points to lead the way. Sophie has 5, Olivia with 4. Meanwhile, for Bingham, 15 for Badoni in that first half. 11 for McKalen, 6 for Addie. The onslaught started early.
It was 4-3.
Yeah.
4-3 Bingham. Then they went into that press, and it was 16-3 in a blink of an eye. The second free throw is good by Charlotte O'Neal. I always like to beat the PA guy when I can. So first possession for Bingham. Oh, they find Casperson on the backside of the 1-3-1.
Well, that's a beautiful job. That whole defense is shifting up to that post right in the paint. And they lean right behind, able to convert. Good read, good finish.
Stevens off on the 3 in the rebound. Taken by Bingham. I believe it was Horsley. You want to crown someone?
I figured we could spin the wheel in the middle of the game.
Inside O'Neal.
Nice.
And there is Charlotte O'Neal. Plenty of time in this game, and that's the great thing of the shot clock. They're going to have a chance to come back because Bingham's not going to be able to just stall ball and keep the ball away from them.
Well, and I think, again, can the hot shooting continue for the Miners? They had 6 first-half threes. And, you can shoot your way back out of a lead.
Yeah.
Right? And if Brighton can continue to work inside and make that Bingham defense collapse to open up some outside opportunities, Brighton can shoot the three. They haven't had a lot of success of it tonight, but it's in their repertoire.
Yeah. Well, they get out on the run. Charlotte sends it along the baseline up top with Stevens. The foul was to Casperson on the rebound, and it's Stevens getting inside, and it's a 13-point game.
Well, and you see that read right there. They run O'Neal through the paint. That center has to leak out. It's a 3-2, so once you get inside of that, if there's no interior help, you got to finish just like Olivia just had.
Send that ball to the corner. Horsley lips out the triple. Rebound and blocked away by O'Neal, and then the foul going to be charged to number 23, Raylyn Richardson. A little bit of a frustration foul there by Raylyn. Now a chance of the three to make it a 10-point game.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, right? If you can get stops. Here's Bingham back in that pressure. It gave Brighton some problems early on.
Oh, and they get O'Neal behind the defense, and O'Neal lays it in. And it's an 11-point game, as Charlotte O'Neal now with 13 points.
Average 6 coming into the game tonight. She's been the best offensive player for Coach Stokes.
Brianna Bedoni over to Casperson. Casperson skip it. Horsley open for 3. No, and the rebound to Casperson.
Well, that's great tracking by Lena, able to keep it alive.
Second chance opportunity, and Brianna Bedoni knocks down the 3. And a timeout taken by Bingham.
Boy, that close from having to clear and a chance to get it back to single digits. But you lose a chance at the offensive board, the extra pass, and Bedoni hits it.
Only a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Yeah, spin the wheel. Let's do it.
New face, new place.
How about 2?
Okay, go for it.
How about the Horsley sisters? New
Yes.
faces, new place.
Yeah.
And they have been outstanding. Get to use my Dane Stewart notes. Addie averaging 14 points per game. Michaela Horsley was 6. Michaela leading them in scoring tonight. Well, between the two.
Yeah.
More
It's
points.
look, they've been great. Obviously made a big impact. I think coming into the year, it was like, well, what does Bingham have? They've had so much talent that's gone through and graduated. And then we found out in the top 50 that they added the Hordsleys. It's like, oh, they got some pieces. And again, you mix that with Bedoni and others, it's a tough squad. How about Coach Stokes? 5-1 for Brighton coming in.
Right.
And look, we talked about how much youth was on this team last year. I saw them at Lone Peak last year, and they hung around early on. You could tell the talent was going to be there and develop it. And he's trying to help develop that talent next level, see if they can continue to fight back against a tough 6A squad here tonight.
But we haven't mentioned it. Clean floor and everything else. I love the uniforms. The 3 does not go, and the rebound taken by Horsley. McCain is fouled.
Foul, Bengals, number 34,
And the foul goes on Charlotte O'Neal.
First foul, first team foul.
They got it down to 11.
Station Peoples.
If you want more Rewind Wheel fun, join us next week. Because
Yes.
when we come out with our girls video, we'll have more of the wheel.
We got a big thing this weekend. Some
Yep.
viewers don't know, we're filming one of our favorite videos of the year. But one of our distinguished guests might not be able to be there at about 1 o'clock. I'm going to text his basketball coach and ask him if he can just let him out a little early. Baseline J doesn't go.
I didn't know Isaac Wilson played basketball.
Hint, he has a sister who's very good at girls basketball. He
I
said,
couldn't resist.
that was good. Isaac will be there. Another publication put out their awards today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Isaac got Mr. Football from the Deseret News. But no, the hint is that this certain football player's sister is one of the better basketball players in the state of Utah. See if you can figure that one out. But his coach decides they're going to have a practice on Saturday from 10 to 12. Can you figure out who that is?
Brighton, number 3, Taylor Worthman.
I mean, I helped put together the awards, Dusty.
No, I know. You figure out which recipient it is?
No.
Falatau Satawala. I was like, do I need to text Coach Gus? He's like, no. As the foul going to be to Charlotte O'Neal. And that is going to put Raylyn Richardson at the line for 2. I mean, when Gus is making comments on our Instagram page about me comparing him to a mouse, I didn't know what he was saying. Did you get the reference?
Yeah.
What did I say?
No, I said it.
What did you say?
I'll text Gus. Yeah, Gus.
That's
yeah.
right. I couldn't remember.
In fairness, he's the best mouse in that movie.
He is the best mouse. I never wanted to eat a piece of corn more in my life than when Gus was eating corn.
I'll text Gus. I'll make that right.
I was just going to send him a wrestling gif and rebond.
So for the Lakers, number 34, Peyton Goff.
So Peyton Goff comes back on the floor. The Bengals got it down to 11. It's gone back up to 16 since that point. Down the lane, send it over to O'Neal. Charlotte back in the corner, and we get back up top to Stevens. And the sophomore Olivia Stevens goes inside out. High post with O'Neal, 10 on the shot clock. O'Neal and the trap comes and saw that one. Stacia Peoples with the steal. Horsley on the baseline, out to McKaylin Horsley, who's going to drive, no. Back over, heads up play there by Peyton Goff. Shot clock to 15. Addie down the lane and gets the layup. By the way, our friends from Texas don't like that move, just so you're aware.
Funny, wasn't it developed in San Antonio?
Yeah, I think so. They must, well, yeah, I guess these are from the DFW area, so they don't like Manu Ginobili anyway.
Okay, all right.
Every time it happened, travel! Keep up and talk to me about it. Like, you guys not call traveling in this state? I said, yeah, but you benefit from it too. Not really. It was
good interior defense there from Bingham, leading to another 3.
I think we need to talk a little more Brianna Badoni.
21 now.
Badoni coming into tonight, averaging 16. That's going to up that average a touch.
Yeah, just a bit.
A skosh.
You know, we talked about players for Brighton that have been great offensively on the year. Here's one of them. Lucy Chin has not scored tonight. Hey, there you go.
Right on cue.
11 points per game for Lucy Chin. I want to say she was one of their top scorers last year. Held scoreless through that first half. Nice to see her be aggressive, find a way to get a bucket there to help her side.
Bump on the drive, caught on the floor, no shot. The day that there's continuation in high school basketball, it'll be interesting. Good call by Mr. Official.
I thought you were going to make a threatening comment there, like, that's the day I'm done. Instead, it's, that'll be interesting.
I won't do that about rule changes. I won't do that about elections. I won't make threats. So, the day you say you're done here, then I am done.
Just about his favorite teams and, you know, hires or that sort of a thing.
Still so heartbroken.
It's all right.
3 on the way, short. And the rebound goes off of Bingham. I thought they were going to call that off of Stevens.
19. This might be the largest lead of the game for Bingham.
I think it might tie the largest lead.
Okay.
Chin out top. Skip it over. They've had good defense on Stevens. Send that ball to the corner. And you get in the lane. Right hand scoop shot will not fall for Ruth Larson.
Well, that was a great penetration there by Ruth, able to find that backside wide open. It's a bit of a long scoop, just a touch strong on the attempt.
3 too strong there from Evelyn Roberts. Come back the other way. Stevens gets in the lane and scores. Up top to Addie Horsley. Send that ball in the corner. Stacia Peoples for 3. Man, Bingham just making it rain from distance.
As if they needed another three-point shooter.
Right. Hey, how about Lone Peak Bingham again? Let's do this.
Yeah, it could be, huh?
Lob that ball inside. Oh, a little too sharp there for Ruth Larson. He's going to walk it in the front court. Man, I know it was Bingham-Fremont was the big rivalry some 3 years ago. They sent it out for 3. That one's short. Board. They made a block on that backside.
The battle for the blue and white, the battle for
We got to show the
Dusty's.
kid, Vince. We got to show the kid. We got to show the kid with. I mean, he's acting like a hockey fan down here. He's twirling his shirt. You missed it. He was going full North Carolina. Free throw was no good. Mom's telling him no. I want him to look back here and be like I'm at church. I don't want to. No. Camera.
Now Dusty's trying to egg it on. Come on, Dusty.
Let's be honest. I would be telling Detmer to do the same thing.
And Megan would probably be like, no, stop it.
Exactly what she would do. I'd be getting eye rolls. Megan's eyes would be stuck in the back of her head.
Oh, nice find. Oof.
Free throw. The shot doesn't go. Five seconds. 3, 2. Shot along the baseline is good to close out the quarter by Reagan Littlewood. We go to the fourth quarter, and it's Bingham 56, Brighton 33. You're watching the KSL Sports Rewind Game of the Week on KSLSports.com. Oh, no. He's stuck. There we go. Got him on screen, Mom. Just for Mom. See, get me Dusty watching hockey stuff and see what happens. That's what America wanted, right? That's what the state of Utah wanted right there. Try to get that one. And the good part of that was Mom's laughing. So we're okay.
I was worried we were going to lose a fan over this whole thing.
I was too, just for a second. I'll tell Megan about it tonight. She'd be mad. The 3 is good for Reagan Littlewood. And 5 points. A little 5-point spurt here for Reagan Littlewood.
And the 5th Bingham Minor to make a triple tonight.
Wow. 26-point lead for Bingham. Brighton got it down to 11. On the drive, the foul. Going to put Brighton's number 4, Sophie Nielsen. It was 40-29.
29, yeah. It's a 19-4 run.
I was going to call Major League 2, but I couldn't quite get that right in my head. The 8-run first that they put up.
Take over, Dusty.
I'm in the bag. So the free throw is good. Sophie Nielsen got the first. Getting near the holidays, not as many game nights. I was a little surprised going through our stream schedule with all the schools we have, but a lot of schools will get this week off as they're going to be going to out-of-state tournaments. And then in-state tournaments, too. We'll have a bunch of games coming up here around the holiday.
See what you've started.
I only said once. I didn't ask for the return.
You have kids. You should have known.
I should have known. You're right. What kind of parent am I? People's business.
I think we're finding out.
Yeah. If it's for a laugh, I mean, that's fine. But only Detmer. Staley was doing that. Big Staley. We don't do that. Okay. Yeah, all done, bud. Good job.
Oh, nice.
And
nice.
the +1. Going to put Sophie Nielsen back at the line, count the bucket, and she'll look for the 3-way the hard way.
You know, and I love the job by Sophie there. O'Neal had come out, playing the perimeter there, and recognizing that paint's empty, O'Neal goes right inside. They are able to work the ball into her, finishes through the contact. That's a great play there by the sophomore.
And the free throw is good. As going to be a straightaway 3, and now the 6th being a minor. They hit a 3, Evelyn Roberts.
And the 9th scorer for Bingham.
It's called a balanced offense.
You know,
Inside Nielsen. There
I
you go.
saw something tonight for Bingham in the warm-ups. They only warm up like 6 or 7 girls. The rest are standing at half court.
Really?
Did you not see that?
I did not.
Yeah, they did at halftime too. Apparently, they're so deep and talented, the whole team doesn't have to warm up. I'm just teasing, but man, it's been an impressive night for Bingham.
They just want them to get the cool down from the JV game.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Just ask him the theory behind it. Oh, nice power dribble and a foul. And that'll put Sophie Nielsen back in the line for 2 free throws.
Taylor Workman there driving the lane, pulling that defense over is what allows her that outlet to Nielsen. Nielsen, the only Bengal to score here in this fourth quarter.
Oh, was in now. That's number 4 on Stacia Peoples, and Stacia will come off the floor. And it's a whole change, Coach Dubois style.
I was going to say,
5 on.
you talk about some of the old school Dane Dusty matchups. There's one of them, right? The old Bingham line change.
Blue team, white team. Now, Mark Dubois won a state championship in 06. Sloan Baker, Brett Somerville at the horn.
I remember I hated that approach, but I didn't have the guts to tell Coach Dubois I didn't like it.
You don't remember when I did tell him that? You don't remember what I said to him? I go, really, a line change? Well, how else you want me to do it? And I was like, maybe 2 at a time, maybe 1. As you remember, he and I had we had a good relationship, but
Oh, boy.
Oh, they get a block. Dubois would give me guff, and so I felt free to give him guff.
We were still learning how to act as media back in them days.
One I feel right is he told me a shot clock would ruin high school basketball. So he's like, when we were better than our team, we're just going to bludgeon them. And I was like, yeah, but that won't matter because at least you have to play offense. Clock is stuck at 5:07 in the building. Send that out for 3. No. Rebound and put him back up and in. First points of the night. Number 23, Cassie Mulholland.
Here's the crazy thing, too. Brighton's made 1 3 tonight. Just one.
Just one.
And on a night where...
Man, that's Horsley.
I got to add up here for Bingham.
Is that 4 for Horsley?
13 for the team, 4 for McKalen.
Mulholland, a little long on the J. Rebound to Stevens. Olivia in the lane, put it back up short. Tipped out and tracked down by Addie Horsley. And a steal by Evelyn Roberts.
If my math is right, that's a 36-point advantage from beyond the arc for Bingham.
I trust your math. Then the jumper in the key won't go, and I'm going to foul on the rebound. .403 left in the fourth quarter. Raylyn Richardson picks up the foul. Number 3 on Raylyn, and now he's going to put Charlotte O'Neill at the line for 2 free throws. That's the 5th foul in the quarter on the Miners, and the first one does not go for Charlotte. And a timeout taken by Bingham. We'll take it as well. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind Game of the Week. And the second free throw is good out of the timeout. Very rarely do you come back from a timeout into a free throw. Only one. Doesn't happen that often. Unless it's the end of the game. The free throw good by O'Neill. Then we'll have a drive and then put... that's Littlewood going to go to the line for 2 free throws. And that goes on O'Neill. That's number 3 on Charlotte.
Shoot for 2, number 23, Raylyn Richardson.
So Raylyn Richardson at the line. Averaging 6 points a game. Misses on the first. And rattles in the second.
Second shot's good for Bingham.
3:45 on a rolling clock in the fourth quarter.
Well, that's physical play.
You believe we're a week away from the fall or winter break starting?
Yeah, that's crazy. I was actually just thinking, I was like, I don't know when the RPI gets released because it's probably pretty close.
First week of January, maybe?
I don't know. I'm going to go look. Maybe.
The free throw good here for
Number 23, Cassidy Mulholland.
It gets released on Monday.
Oh, on Monday. Oh.
Yeah.
There we go. Got both free throws there by Nielsen. That puts Nielsen at 15 points on the night. Leading scorer for the Bengals.
Most of that coming in the fourth quarter.
That puts, 11 points in the quarter? No?
10.
10.
Unofficially.
Adoni gives that up to Littlewood. Down the lane, and the bucket there to Casperson. First points into the first quarter, I think.
No, she scored in the third. But that's a nice burst from she gets that high block. Able to drive right past that interior D of Brighton. She's been good tonight. Made a large impact defensively. A couple nice offensive plays here in this second half for Casperson.
Throw that ball inside. Nielsen got loose. No. Rebound. And jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with the Bengals. Oh, I do need to give you one correction on our boys video from last week.
Yeah.
Orem is 5A in basketball. Football, basketball, and baseball stayed 5A. I was corrected all over the weekend.
All right.
Because I said that to Jace Tavita.
Well,
Because they're playing Dixie.
what was put out was a football classification and all other sports, so I'm going off bad
Right.
source.
Well, that's what I told him, but he was like, yeah, football, baseball, and basketball stayed 5A. As that one does not go. Rebound sends it back out.
So in chess, they're 4A.
Debate, they're 4A.
Watch out.
Yeah. That debate squad playing down. Come on. You know how many more debaters you have in your Orem versus Dixie? And you know how many
fairness,
impromptu speakers are at Orem versus
Cottonwood
Dixie?
debate can't recruit. It doesn't have the same pool.
Little do you know. You know how many kids moved into Carbon to be part of our debate team back in the day?
I'm guessing one. He's sent to my left.
They actually went region champ. What did I say? No joke. Went to one tournament and won it at region.
Best in the county right here.
Region. I even wore my NFL National Forensic League cords at graduation.
You're like, it was over when the topic was on sports. I was like, this is done.
I turned it into
This is
sports.
mine.
I still remember my clinching speech. I rocked it.
Talk about the Industrial Revolution. Well, you see, the Oakland Raiders back in 1968.
I talked about Karl Malone and the 24th of July parade. One of the best stories ever. And he thought it was a birthday parade for him because he felt loved. 3 on the way. Won't go. Oh, and another 3. This one to Blanchard. She had hit one earlier in the game.
She had.
As we near 1 minute remaining in this one. Straight away 3, good. Only the second 3 of the night for Brighton. And it's Workman knocking it down.
14 threes for Bingham on the night.
And then a timeout. 14 threes.
14 threes.
Yeah, man. Remember when that used to be the Jazz record? And that was like 4 years ago.
Sonics used to shoot a lot of threes. Of course, we had Sam Perkins. All of his shots were threes.
Hershey Hawkins.
Yeah. And Detlef.
Detlef Shrimp, you know. The lost team in the NBA. That 3 won't go. I mean, forget about the Kansas City Monarchs. Or sorry, you were Kansas City Kings then. My bad. Kansas City Kings. The lost franchise is the Seattle Supersonics. I agree with you. Just subs. We're not going to fix our clock, so I'm going to go down where the building went to, down to 36.8.
Bengals number 33, Addie Evans.
But an impressive night for Bingham.
Yeah, been pretty dominant from the start.
And you get another person. Oh, in the books, no. A couple misses. The clock will stop 21.2. Oh, that's a loose ball foul. It's going to bring us down the other end of the floor for free throws. That goes on Brianna Bedoni.
Bedoni, one of the seniors on this Bingham roster. McKaylin Horsley, one of the others. I'm talking about just 4 seniors combined between these two teams tonight. A lot of youth. That youth stepped up today, as did the experience for Bingham. You talk about not having seniors on the roster for Brighton. Sometimes you have those nights, right, where how do you find that other gear? That will come with experience. You'll have some tough learning nights like tonight. But that's how you grow a program with youth, is Larson able to make that second free throw.
So final 10 seconds here on an impressive night. And that will do it. The Bingham Miners come in and get a 75-50 win over the Brighton Bengals. Dane, your final thoughts and selection of a player of the game.
Well, I mean, I think Bingham from the outset set the tone early, right? And just not enough forces for the Bengals to hang around. My player of the game, Brianna Bedoni, finished unofficially with 21 points tonight, 15 of those in the first half, made 5 threes tonight. She was fantastic to lead the way for the Miners in the big road win.
Congratulations to the Bingham Miners getting a 75-50 win as dominant win. And Brianna Bedoni, your Heinemann Associates Player of the Game. For Dane Stewart and Vince Francis, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind. Game of the Week on KSLSports.com.